Coucou, je m'appelle Lyndi, je suis américaine qui vit en France depuis plus de 7 ans. And for today's video, my parents are actually visiting me currently in France, and we're taking a little travel week to explore the city of Lyon. I've actually visited the city a few times, but it was for the Fête des Lumières, which is a big light festival that takes place all over the city of Lyon in December. It's really cool, I do recommend checking that out. However, I've never visited during the springtime, and even though it's currently raining, we will have some sunny days as well. So we'll go explore the old town, go on a food tour, and then explore some well-known as well as some hidden spots too. So, alright, c'est parti! I thought this could be like a little teachable moment. So we are waiting for our train to go to Lyon. This is the next part of our travels. And as I'm with my parents, I pointed out that we are in the car number 7. So if you look, oh, hold on. Okay, the train was coming and it was too loud. So if you look at the platform screen, you'll see the number of your car on your ticket, and then it will tell you which platform it's located at. So for example, us, we were car 7 and it showed us at platform V, so we knew to move over there for when the train arrived. We just stopped and got a coffee, and we went into this church. It's the Cathedral of Jean-Baptiste, and then now we're gonna go find the funicular car and go up to the big basilica, and there's also a really nice view. We ended up stumbling upon this cute little market over here, and I got a cute little poster. It's actually the New Yorker cover. So we just went to the basilica fourvière, and now we are over just a short walk away. We're at the Roman amphitheater. So we're taking the funicular down back into the old town. We were smart and we went early afternoon, so we avoided the long line there. Lyon is also known for its many murals and graffiti throughout the city. We visited the fresques Lyonnais, and then today we'll visit the croix rousse area, where there's one called mur des cadeaux. So we're about to go to lunch, and we just stopped over here at the Fresques des Lyonnais, and then there's a mini one around the corner of it. But we're gonna cross the bridge here and get some lunch. So you'll definitely notice there is a lot of Italian influence here, and that's because there was a big Italian population that came here during the Renaissance period, and even the Medici family lived here. Another cool thing that's unique to Lyon is they have these like secret pedestrian-only passageways. There are 500 passageways throughout Lyon. However, only 30 are currently open to the public. They're throughout the city. If you do visit them, make sure you're fairly quiet, as the apartments are what surrounds and creates these passageways. So people live there. We'll first visit the Cour des Voraces. There's also La Tour Rose, the big pink tower, and then also the longest one at 27 Rue Saint-Jean. The history behind it is they used to have merchants who would come here, and especially in the older town, the Vieille Ville or Vieux Lyon, they would only have like a few main roads. So in order to get over to the river, they had to create these passageways so they could cut across without having to go down the whole road, in order to get over to the Saône River, where we are currently by. We are right now in Les Traboules. You have to be kind of quiet over here, but look at this. You'll also notice in one of the passageways there are little holes on the stairs, and we learned that was to create aeration. So then those living there, they still had like circulation of air. It wouldn't get too warm, or they would have fresh air to breathe. So if you're looking to go into the traboules, if you see any door that has like the metal at the top, those are passageways. A lot of them are private, so you need to see if you can enter it publicly. And there's actually a little button on the door, because you might think it's locked or it's a private passageway, but there's a little button that opens the door to unlock it, and then you go right in and see this cute little secret passageway. This is one of the traboules, the peak tower behind me. So it's now evening and we're going to this light show music thing. It's like a light show in a church with choral music and stuff. They kind of tour all throughout France, I believe, but we're going to this one in Lyon. So we just went to the immersive light show at the church, and it wasn't just like lights and music, but it actually told more of the history of Saint Bonaventure. But it was very well done, and the vocals were amazing, the lights were super cool, so we really enjoyed it. It was definitely worth it. Now we're going over to the cinema museum, Musée Ciné. We just did the cinema museum, and it was really cool because they also had little miniatures, and that's how they were able to film certain scenes without having to build these large sets. They could create it with miniature sets. Very cool. We really enjoyed it. Tomorrow we have a food tour scheduled, and I'm sure we'll see. Oh, great, my dad's recording me. And I'm sure we'll see one of the specific dishes that from Lyon that dates back to 1750, and it's called quenelle. Quenelle is made from a durum wheat flour, eggs, milk and or water, and then some seasoning. It's shaped into like a cylinder shape, and then it's poached in boiling water. Another specialty you'll often see while walking around in Lyon is called praline, and you can rather get it in like a candy form or a brioche or even a tarte à la praline. It's almond coated in a pink sugar. The origin story for it is that in the 19th century, there were a lot of rose gardens, so a pastry chef at that time added pink coloring because he was inspired by the rose gardens. So we're gonna go try to find a pâtisserie to try the tarte à la praline. Alright, we got the tarte praline. We'll try it out, see how it is. Now it is drizzling a little bit, but we have our umbrella and we're off to go do the food tour. We just did the food tour and it was definitely like typical food for Lyon. We did stop at a bouchon, so they had the terrine, the pate en croute, so different like pate style things, sausages, cheeses, and then we ended with some chocolate as well as the praline, which is the tart with the almond, or it can also be other nuts, but in this case it was almond and sugar in a tart or like a pie. As for the tour itself, I would recommend it if you haven't done any research. Unfortunately, maybe, because I've done research and I've tried a lot of the stuff. It was just kind of review and I'd already done it on my own. But it was still a good way to see Lyon and try a couple of the specialties while you're here. One thing I thought I would mention as we're walking around is something that you might want to note as well, is that there are two very big hills within Lyon, and also for this video as well. We're mainly just in the old town, but one hill is the fourvière, so that's where the basilica is. Yeah, you can see it up there behind me. And then over that way is the rousse area, and that is also very hilly. And actually I learned that because Lyon used to be known for its silk making, with the invention of the loom, because the loom itself was so big, they had to actually move a lot of the workers over into rousse area, and that's also why we see the mural of the canut, the silk workers, because over in that area they were able to build and have apartments that had large ceilings, therefore the looms could fit. Right now we are in Lyon. It is one of the bigger markets here in Lyon. It's kind of nice to do also when it's raining out because it's all indoors. You can of course find cheeses and meats and all that, but you can also find local specialties here. However, it is quite expensive, so we're here just to kind of look around. Probably won't buy anything. So we just had lunch at a bouchon. It's a type of restaurant specific to Lyon. It has more of like a family vibe. It's not as fancy or haute cuisine. My mom ended up getting the quenelle and she really enjoyed it. It has fish in it as well. Oh, and we also were able to get our gratiné à l'oignon, so the onion soup, and it was delicious. We've been craving it, so it definitely hit the spot. We've done mainly everything that I have been able to find that is cool to see in Lyon. So before we leave, we're going to also take the touristy bus tour just to see if we've missed anything. But first, I'm very tired, so we're going to get a coffee. Allez. Behind me, you can see is picard. This is not unique to France, at least we don't have them in the US. They are supermarkets with only thing you can buy are frozen foods, so the whole thing has just freezers in them. So we ended up just getting a couple of things for dinner tonight to try. Même ça, c'est un drapeau français. Alrighty guys, so that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed our little tour of Lyon. Let me know if I missed anything or if you have other recommendations. Ok, à la prochaine, gros bisous, salut!